video's going. All right, check my hair. This is Collabor8. It's sort of an evolution from a show I used to run called 8, which was about bringing 8 performers to the stage and giving them 8 minutes of freedom to do basically whatever they want. So yeah, so Collabor8 was a challenge I put out to 88 artists, and people were willing to let me pair them with somebody who they didn't know, who they weren't maybe very much like in discipline or in life experience or all the things. And I challenged them to create an 8-minute video in 2 weeks. Who are these performers? Their ages 30 to 72, come from a lot of different backgrounds: Jewish, Japanese, Chinese, Canadian, Colombian, Italian, Filipino, French, Indian, African, Scottish, German, Irish. We have actors and clowns, storytellers, painters, a contortionist and dancer, and a Chinese pole acrobat who doesn't do Chinese pole in this performance, but it's just incredible work. And we have a stage combatant, which is close to my heart because that's what I do. Also just human. They're moms and dads and spouses and brothers and sisters and teachers and volunteers and students, and just a really special group of people who have come and taken on this challenge of collaborating actually with somebody who isn't necessarily that much like them. In some cases they are more alike than others, in other cases they're very, very different, and each of the combinations created something really special. And the show might feel a bit long, but I think every piece is really lovely, and the story comes together as a whole. And so I hope you can stay for the whole thing and experience that with us. Yeah, I'm so grateful for all of you so much, and really touched by the work that was put into this.
One, two, three, four.
What's up, Nikolas?
Hey, Lenny. How are ya?
I'm good. How you doing? What you getting up to, man?
Well, I'm just calling on my way to the airport. I'm going on my big around-the-world trip. It's going to be so good.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, okay, so I heard there's this crazy virus that, like, jumped from bats into humans, but normally that'd be cause for concern because I'm going to be on a plane, like, 11 times in the next 2 months. But I went on YouTube and heard from this guru named Chad that there's really nothing to worry about, all right? So if I just stay away from, like, 5G towers and live my truth, I'll be fine. I've made a huge mistake. I'm back, and I am never going outside again.
So right when I got off of that call with Lenny, thought to myself, well, this is serious. We've got a disease ravaging the world all around us, and all we can do is stay inside to keep us and our friends safe, but I'm gonna make the most of it. That's right. I got no job. I got no travel. You know what I do have? Is time. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my schedule and I'm gonna wipe it clean and do absolutely nothing. Oh yes, we finally got some time to kick on back and make a little rhyme. We ain't got nothing on our plate anymore, but we can make this free time count for sure. I ain't got nothing to do except just scroll my queue. Ain't got nothing to say and nothing to do today. nothing to do except just scroll this endless queue. No motivation to play, and nothing to do but forget the day. Is it Thursday? Tuesday? July? Oh man, I gotta call Lenny. Lenny! Oh wait, no, I gotta get on the phone, okay.
Hey, Lenny, you're there. Oh, you still exist. It's me.
Yeah. Well, what's up? What's up, Nick?
Oh man, Lenny, I'm losing it over here. Like, I've watched everything on streaming platforms. I beat like 6 video games. I think my body is like 2/3 frozen pizza. You gotta help me out. We've been in here, what, like weeks, months? Has it been a year yet?
No, man. It's been like 3 days.
I'm losing my mind, and you seem like you're doing just fine. So what's your secret?
No, man. I'm totally stressed. I mean, Aurelia is bouncing off the walls. Me and Jelly were trying to get to work. This quarantine is hard, but you know, whenever I think about what I'm supposed to do, I just sit down and I just do something.
Hold on. I gotta write this down. You just do what exactly?
Yeah. Do something.
Say again.
Just do something. Do anything. Just pick one thing and just go for it. Think about what I'm gonna do, and then I just do something. You know, maybe a little musical interlude will help you out here. So let me break it down for you.
5, 6, 7, 8. What should I do with all of this time? Staying at home and losing my mind. Fed up with scrolling, my newsfeed's rolling. Gotta get away from this fake account trolling. Gotta find some hobbies, gonna learn something new. Maybe even read a good book or two. So many things in life I never knew. Not sure where to start, but my heart is telling me to just do something. Doesn't matter what you do something. Just pick one and see it through. Do something. Doesn't matter what you choose, just do something. Yeah.
I mean, this sounds great, and it's better than doing nothing, but where do I even start? It feels like the world's a little more complicated than it used to be. Do I have to tackle it all at once, or... Oh, man.
Now, since the beginning of quarantine, I've been trying to do just about anything, from dribbling and gardening and photography and editing. So I'm digging, planning, baking, shaking, playing, looping, hula, hooping, but now I've done all of that, so I'm wondering what's next. There must be more to life than sourdough bread.
Absolutely right, Lenny, but we gotta deal with some other things before we can even think about sourdough bread and juggling and hula hooping. Like, there's a lot of people struggling, whether it's the pandemic or they're losing their house or they're fighting for their lives in the streets. I mean, I gotta get this off of my chest. If you go outside, remember to put your mask on. You think it'd be easy, but so many people have their tinfoil hats on. Out in the streets, there's social justice fighting, but all these Karens and Kens, they just can't keep from whiting. Freedom of speech should be respected. Dubious news should be inspected. Clean with bleach, but don't inject it. Don't be a jerk, we're all connected. Yes, it's overwhelming true. If you're not sure what to do, Anita Davis just for you. We respect that for you too. Self-care is awesome.
Now I know lockdown can get you down, but you can't go all over the town. They say all you got to do is give it some time. Take care of me and you. But if you want to be productive and use well each precious day, well, let the pest be insurrective and consider what I say, that in the plague...
Bubonic plague?
Yes, so the plague was so destructive. Even in their own lockdown, some of them were still productive. Did you know?
Probably not.
Shakespeare wrote 3 of his plays, and me, I made a cat, a cardboard mason, which he plays in. Did you know that Newton discovered physics, and me, I went on YouTube, learned a song by the Eurythmics. Five, 6, 7, 8. Do something, doesn't matter what you do. Do something, just pick one and see it through. Do something, doesn't matter what you choose. Just do something.
You're right, Lenny. Every time I try to do everything at once, well, I don't end up doing anything. I just gotta pick one.
Ready to jump?
Things will come together.
5, 6, 7, 8. Just spend my time with my little girl and let the afternoon unfurl. I play my ukulele for my daily fun. Brush my teeth twice daily and get a little sun. Robot vision. Say, do something.
Woohoo!
Yay, nailed it.
one of the interesting things about this Zoom and COVID and sheltering in place is that I've been reconnecting with people from my past, like people that I haven't spoken with for a long time. I was speaking with a childhood friend the other day, and I said to her sort of off the cuff, I realized one of my standard lines of late is, well, you know, I said, but my brain has turned to Swiss cheese, so I can't remember anything. And she said, oh, Swiss cheese. She said, we've achieved fondue status in my house. And it was like, that might have been one of the top 5 laughs I've had of the last 4 months, because it made perfect fucking sense.
Yes.
And trying, you know, just, you know, I go through periods where I can't read a book. Of course, my first response to this whole Collabor8 thing was like a cat over a bathtub, you know, like, no, I tend to shy away from anybody who says they have any inkling of what the future is going to be like. I just want to kick them in the shins and call them a fucking liar.
The uncertainty we're in now is you know, so manifold. I mean, there's you go out, if you do go out, and you wonder if you come home or if someone else goes out, if they come home, there's all this uncertainty about, well, you know, the way I look at it, Lorraine, is that the longer I stay huddled, you know, and what I call Anne Franking in my house, it's the less I want to chance anything. You know what I'm saying? In other words, you run this race and you're almost hopefully getting to daylight somewhere, and you don't want to screw it up, you know, before you get there. And so in a way, it kind of closes you off more and more and makes you more, you know, conservative as you go on, rather than opening up. Yeah. Well, you said something earlier too about meeting up with old friends, like on Facebook and whatnot. And I had the experience recently of meeting up with a gal I dated back when I was just starting like City College or something. I saw her name pop up and I said, oh, so I asked her for a friend, and she sent me a message. She goes, do I know you? And I'm thinking to myself, God damn it, we dated, you know? You used to come to my house and entertain my folks, you know, because I'd come home from work and she'd be there chatting with my folks. It is, we became friends, and suddenly my Facebook page is totally filled with 50 articles that she's posted, because she is an activist, you know, cum laude, okay? Wow. She's an activist for every possible thing you could be an activist for. You know what I'm saying? Oh dear. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh dear. Like, all causes need my attention. No, actually, what narrowing down and focusing. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. But anyway. Well, and the necessity to call, like, before I get back on Facebook, August 1st, I will be weeding out some, you know, I don't, you know, I look at my Facebook feed and go, 1,100 people, are you kidding? I mean, I think that, you know, it's like, no, if we haven't had a conversation face to face, we're not going to be friends, you know? One of the nice things about getting older is developing discernment, you know, about who I let in my life, you know? Yeah, it's important. Well, it's the whole Marie Kondo thing, isn't it? I mean, are you hip to Marie Kondo? Oh, yes. Yeah. Exactly. What doesn't bring you joy. Right. You know? Right. I mean, I read her book and I got so flummoxed that the first thing I threw out was her book. Because it wasn't bringing me any joy at all. I got to tell you. Yeah, exactly. Right. Stop. La, 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 la. Yeah. So, because we could have something that's humorous too. I mean, I'm not averse to that. Oh, sure. I mean, in this time especially, we all need a good laugh. Exactly. Well, and all great drama has laughs. Yes. This is one of the things I've realized. Oh, yeah. I mean, you mentioned Hamlet. I you know, there are parts of Hamlet that just, I wet my pants, you know, because I'm that freak. When I can't sleep at night, I just go over monologues from Hamlet in my head, you know. Just to kind of, it's like perfect. I love it. And Chekhov wrote nothing but comedy. If you look at
That's
the published
right.
works,
That's
that's comedy. You know, hello.
That's right. Yeah.
But I guess in the strictest sense of the term, he did write comedies. You know, because they weren't tragedies; they were just, oh well.
I mean, why do you always wear black? I'm in mourning for my life. Come on, that's funny. You know, that shit is funny.
Pauper Piper, heart made of paper. Do you know what you're after? I don't know what you're after. Sometimes I think your heart's made of paper. The way it's torn, the way it flutters. City soot has soiled your wings with salt and pepper. Do you know what you're after? I don't know what you're after. Sometimes I think your heart's made of paper.
We're in the meantime, the mask on your face. We're in the meantime, shelter in place. The haircuts, the lunches, the concerts and plays, the shopping, the brunches, those were the days. But in the meantime, we're in the meantime. How will this end? No one can say. Maybe it's always gonna be this way. We're in the meantime. We're in the meantime. The in-between time. The quarantine time.
You know, I think we should start Zooming with other people.
Could you, what? You want to invite other people in?
Balanced by the pound, surely never act wild. Very low key on the profile. Catching feelings is a no. Let me tell you how it goes. Curves the word, spins the verb. Loving it cause so freak what you heard. Rolling with the fatness, you never quite know what the half is. You got to pay to play. in my mind, baby, in time, maybe I can get you in my ride. I like the way you work it, no diggity. Bag it up now. I like the way you work it, no diggity. About to bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity. About to bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity. About to bag it up. I like the way you work it. 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 Bag it up now. I like the way you work it. 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 Bag it up now. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Damn, that girl looks good. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Play on, play on. Bag it up now. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Damn, that girl looks good. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is freaking awesome. Now I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is freaking awesome. Now I'm gonna pop some tags. No diggity, about to bag it up. I'm gonna pop some tags. No diggity, about to bag it up. I'm gonna pop some tags. No diggity, about to bag it up. I'm gonna pop some tags. No diggity, about to bag it up. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Damn, that girl looks good. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Play on, play on. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Damn, that girl looks good. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. I'm gonna pop some tags. No diggity, about to bag it up. I'm gonna pop some tags. No diggity, about to bag it up. I'm gonna pop some tags. No diggity, about to bag it up. I'm gonna pop some tags. No diggity, about to bag it up. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Damn, that girl looks good. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Play on, play on. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Damn, that girl looks good. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. I'm gonna pop some tags. No diggity, about to bag it up. I'm gonna pop some tags. No diggity, about to bag it up. I'm gonna pop some tags. No diggity, about to bag it up. I'm gonna pop some tags. No diggity, about to bag it up. I like the way you work it. 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 Bag it up now. I like the way you work it. I like the way you work it. I like the way you work it. No diggity, about to bag it up. I'm gonna pop some tags. No diggity, about to bag it up. I'm gonna pop some tags. No diggity, about to bag it up.
ago, there lived a king of such legendary wisdom that I know you have heard of him, King Solomon. Now, Solomon, he had a special kind of wisdom, not just cleverness. He had the wisdom that comes from listening. He listened with such clarity and brightness that he could understand the language of each of the animals, and the insects, and the birds, and the whisperings of the human heart. Now, among his many advisors and sages and prophets, he had one advisor more trusted than any other, someone reliable yet adventurous, and he knew from listening that this advisor of his had grown quite excited about his own abilities. And Solomon wanted to help him temper his own enthusiasm for himself. So he called his advisor to him and he asked him, "Please, sir, my advisor, could you bring me a ring? Not just any ring, not a diamond ring, not a jeweled ring, not an artisanal ring. I need a ring that will make a sad man happy and a happy man sad." Now, the advisor, of course, promised that he would do this immediately and he would not return without it. And certainly he would be back within a year. And off he went into the bazaar of Jerusalem, a place where he could find anything from anywhere. And he asked at the kiosks and the stands and the little shops, "Do you have a ring that could make a sad man happy and a happy man sad?" But all of the shopkeepers just shrugged. They had no idea what such a thing would be, and the advisor realized he didn't know either. But having failed in the bazaar, he set out through the gate of Jerusalem and out into the countryside, searching for this elusive ring. He traveled to cities and towns, to mountaintops and river mouths, and wherever he went, he asked. And wherever he went, he was met with only a shrug. Until at last he realized that the year was almost over, and he had nothing to show for it. But he had made a promise to the king, and he was determined to fulfill it. And so, heavy-hearted and sunk down in himself, he made his way back to Jerusalem. He went in through the traveler's gate, straight into the heart of the bazaar, where he had failed so dismally at the beginning of his quest. But now, as his feet carried him through the center of the bazaar, right by the well where everyone gathered, he noticed a vendor, a merchant, a beggar. It was hard to tell who he was. He had a tattered black cloth spread out at the foot of the well, and on it were a few trinkets, some pieces of metal, some things that the advisor didn't really even recognize. But still, this was the one person in the market who he hadn't asked. So he went to him and he said, "Do you have a ring that could make a sad man happy and a happy man sad?" And the merchant looked at him blankly for a moment, and then suddenly his eyes lit up. And he turned and he scrabbled through his materials and his supplies, and he picked up a little hammer and a pointed tool and a ring of rough metal. And he set to work scratching and tapping and scrolling a design on the inside of the ring. And when at last he was done, he cleaned away the dust and handed it to the advisor, who took it and looked at it and said, "This is exactly what I need. You've done it at last. Thank you." And he paid him handsomely, tucked the ring safely into his pocket, and went running back through the streets of Jerusalem up to King Solomon's palace. He went inside. He approached the king respectfully. He bowed low. He waited, no longer assuming that his word was the finest word that King Solomon might hear, until at last the king beckoned him forward. and there was a hopeful look in the king's eye. Do you have the ring? Do you have what I'm searching for? And the advisor bowed low. He said, I'm not certain, but perhaps this is the ring. And he pulled from his pocket that rough iron circle, and he handed it to the king. Now the king picked it up, and he turned it this way and that in order to read the words inscribed inside. And then his eyes lit up, and he said to the king, and he said to the advisor, this is it. This is the ring that could make a sad man happy. For reading these words inscribed inside, this too shall pass, can make even a sad man happy. And even a king as happy as I am, reading these words, will become sad. This too shall pass. And King Solomon slipped the ring on his finger, and he wore it from that day forward, just as all of us must wear our own rings invisibly to remember this too shall pass.
It's for Collabor8 Day.
Good morning. What are we going to wear today? Each of them has a story of the things they've seen.
Hey, you. What's up? What's up? What are you doing out here on the street? Well, looking pretty good.
Pretty darn good. Trying to pace myself.
That was a little red hen a few hours ago.
I just spent the entire day today finishing a new video.
I used to have to work 7 jobs, count them, 7 jobs in order to make a living as an artist. Capitalism was riding this artist like a wrecking ball. But now that I'm on the dole with the government, I'm literally getting paid to create work full-time. I got a green screen system so that I can make softcore tentacle porn for closeted senators. I've been censored on Facebook, Google, pretty much anywhere at this point.
And I was thinking about Blanche and how sometimes you just got to stand up and say what you need to. When I did Blanche, it was a pretty emotional, high-strung situation. Kept forgetting my lines because I hadn't been on stage in like a decade. The director took out the scene between the young gentleman caller and Blanche, which at the time I felt like there was so much going on trying to get the show together, and I didn't argue about it, but I knew something was wrong with doing that. And the big thing that was wrong with it was she'd robbed me of the one moment that Blanche is revealed to the audience without sympathy, and you see her edging on the precipice of pity-a-file. Where she talks about that it's not New Orleans, it's where an hour is a little piece of eternity dropped in your hand. And that's what theater and getting to do roles like that is, where you just have a little piece of eternity dropped in your hand, and that's where we are right now with this pandemic. So I encourage everyone to stand up and speak their mind respectfully and honor those who are brave enough to do that, because you never get a second chance.
All of this happening right now when artists are really trying to find other avenues and ways to grow their business and find new revenue streams. To be blocked from doing that is pretty troubling.
Yes.
And you can come say bye-bye.
To help reduce transmission of the
Lorraine, can I have a real hug? It's going to be really different being in this pandemic. Now that he's gone. And it's amazing, that expression when you say that you love someone so much, your heart's going to burst. That's how you feel about your kids.
And, you know, this week, all these heads of all these corporate entities were grilled in Congress. And I agree that there needs to be changes so that the Alex Joneses and the Russian bots of the world can't attack our populace with their disinformation campaigns. And there's a difference between an artistic representation of holding a mirror up to society and showing the reflection of something that might be grotesque or uncomfortable. That is a very different thing from someone purposefully spouting hate speech or trying to infect people's minds with disinformation. So I hope that over time these companies, as they're regulated and that as they self-regulate, they can differentiate between those two things. Because when you start suppressing and censoring art, that's fascism.
So Keenan is gone, and I have my dining room table back. But it's an awfully empty place without him.
Time to pack up, get on the road again. Find my own space, create my own way, and I will stop at no end. Can't go back to where I began. And I might not know just how to get to where I want, but I'll know it when I see it, 'cause it'll be like how I dreamed it. I'm Goldilocks and I will walk for miles and miles to find what's right for me. And I don't know if I'll fail, but if I might succeed, my heart knows what it wants, and I'll follow however it leads. And this life is mine to keep, so I might as well be living out my dreams. Every day I have fears to face. They're strong enough to keep me in place. And deep down I know even pain can get comfortable. And if I don't take a step, I'll never know. And I might not know just how to get to where I want. If there's a chance, I will take it, 'cause this life is what you make it. I'm Goldilocks and I will walk for miles and miles to find what's right for me. And I don't know if I'll fail, but if I might succeed, my heart knows what it wants, and I'll follow however it leads. And this life is to keep, so I might as well be living out my dreams. What's right for me, and I don't know if I'll fail, but if I might succeed, my heart knows what it wants, and my soul won't let me stop. And this life is all I've got, so I might as well be living out my dreams.